Swifty McVeigh Show out. James Gang Radio Podcast with the host Warren G. Walker and his crew Nino Black and Jody Rainford. Covering entertainment from around the globe. The Facebook, James Gang Radio, and the Twitter, James Gang Cast. Salute one boss to another. Make sure y'all show y'all support. Let's keep the ball rolling. We in the zone.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very special edition of James Gang Radio Podcast. I have with me today, he has been called the mastermind of West Coast hip-hop. This was the guy behind NWA, Ruthless Records in the 80s, Death Row Records in the 90s, and continuous work with Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and several others. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome the D.O.C. D.O.C., how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing fine, brother. I'm doing pretty good, thanks, man.
And I know I'm pressed for time, so I'll get right into it, Doc. You started out with a Feel the Fresh crew at Ruthless back in the day. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Pardon me if I skip ahead because I pressed for time, but
It's all good.
Ruthless Records. I mean, you come out and you have the hit single "No One Can Do It Better," produced by Dre. That was produced by Dre, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Okay. And y'all had a special relationship. I mean, so much so that when he left, or you kind of the one that brought it to his attention about the money situation, because Suge was managing you at the time, right?
Yeah, we had a very special relationship, and when I found out that the money was funny, I told him, and let him know that if the money was funny on my end, that it might be funny on his end, and maybe he should check it out. And he did, and he found out that the same was true for him, that he wasn't being compensated properly.
Well, what was your relationship like with Jerry Heller and Eazy-E?
You know what? I didn't have a real relationship with either of those guys. They were just people that I thought were friends and people that I knew. I was there with Dre. I was Dre's guy, so that's why I spent most of my time with him.
Okay. In 2001, a documentary was put out called Welcome to Death Row. And Dick Griffey, the head of Solar Records, really gives it up for you in that, because I think the original partners in Death Row Records were you and Dick and Suge and Dre. Am I right about that?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, you and Dick and Suge and Dre, and then somewhere along the lines, Jimmy Iovine got to Suge and Dre, and there was a new deal made. Is that true?
That's it.
What was Suge like back in the day?
Suge started out, he was a real friend. He's a good guy. And somewhere along the line, he just, things changed, and it turned into the real street shit, and I was unprepared for that. I'm not from California, and I wasn't raised in that kind of lifestyle, so it really put me in a weird spot, but I held on as long as I could, but it just got to be a little too rough, and then I had to let it go.
I understand that. Yeah, I'm talking about, I assume you're referring to the gang ties and the stories.
It got really violent, there was guns and sex, drugs, and murder, man, that shit was everywhere, and
that's not good.
I wasn't really raised like that, so when it turned from hip-hop, the way I was brought up, it turned into something else, and I wasn't prepared for it. Like I said, I held on as long as I could, but it got to be too much, and I let it go.
I completely understand now, but and that took a lot probably from you to walk away from something like Death Row, being how successful that it ended up being. But I mean, you had peace of mind.
Well, I wasn't really getting into any of the money anyway. They had already.
Right, yeah.
I mean, so for me, it felt good because I was a part of something that was really incredible. On the one hand, but on the other hand, I was getting really taken advantage of, and that didn't feel too good, you know. But I felt really accomplished because I put a lot of energy and effort into Dre being successful.
Yes,
and I put a lot of energy and effort into Snoopy being successful. And they had taken over the game, so I felt accomplished. You know, and I understand that the music business is a dirty game. You gotta take the good with the bad.
Well, let's talk about the Chronic. Without you, Snoop, RBX, and of course Dre's production, the Chronic doesn't get made. And Warren G.
That's right.
Well, I think Warren G had a hand in it that nobody really talks about.
Everybody put their two pieces in, you know, on that record. Like, if you take one person away, it doesn't work. I mean, everybody had, some people put more in than others, but everybody was extremely valuable to the energy that was around that place and putting that record together. I mean, RBX and Rage and Daz and Corrupt and Snoopy and G-Dub and myself and Dre, even Suge and all the Blood guys and all the Crip guys. All you needed all of that stuff in order to make a record like that.
Yeah. How valuable was RBX? I mean, because I've heard that he was a big priority after Snoop, before he left. That they were going to really work on him.
Everybody was valuable. Because they were different. And everybody was good. You know, we were a family. So nobody took precedence over anybody else.
Right. Okay.
When one person won, we all won.
I hear you. Well, I've had Daz on here several times, and he likes to clown a lot, but he's actually turned out to be a real good friend. He's talked to me, you know, not even off the show. He's talked to me about, you know, some things, schooled me on some things.
He's a good kid.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's a real good dude. Helps out. He helped me out a lot. Helped me out quite a bit. Helped me promote my label, tell me what I needed to do, and all that stuff.
That's good. Good to know.
Yes, very good to know. And so you left the Death Row in 93, 94?
I left in 95.
95, okay. Okay, all right. And then I'm trying to think of the album, Helter Skelter. Was it? You dropped Helter Skelter.
I took Dre's beats and left and made a record.
Okay, and that was the concept that him and Cube had for the Natural Born Killers. That kind of fit into that.
Yeah.
I'm right about that. Okay. Yeah, you got to think about going back in music history, Doc. Death Row, every album they put out was platinum or double platinum or something for the first 4 or 5 years. That catalog is flawless. I mean, it's impeccable. Those guys, I mean, they were just putting out such good music, and it was innovative. Dre brought along this G-Funk sound. You brought the lyrics, which started on your album, if you want to get down to it.
Yeah, we had a hell of a team. We had a hell of a team of young guys that was super creative, and everybody was into being expressive, and so we made some really great art. And if it wasn't for the negative stuff, we'd probably still be making it.
I agree wholeheartedly. Why do you think Detox got scrapped? Because I heard some cuts that got leaked, and some of them were really dope.
You know what? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I can't get into his mind to know why he does what he does or don't do what he don't do. You know, and so he must just didn't feel like he was ready or he was ready, and so it didn't happen.
Yeah, there was some dope cuts on that that got leaked though. that 50 Cent and R. Kelly had a song with Bishop Lamont that got leaked. It was really, really good.
Yeah, I remember that record. It was good.
It was really good. Every time Dre drops an album, he's supposed to change the game. That's the pressure. That's probably a lot of pressure on him. You know?
Well, if you think that, then you're fucked. Because it's not anybody's job to make music. It's his job to make records that he feels good about.
Yes.
Joy, that's it. You know, anything more than that, you put too much on it. You know what I mean? These guys are good, you know, but everybody gets their time, and then it'll be somebody else's time.
Right.
Just the way, just the nature of the game.
It is. You're right. It just seems the industry kind of puts that on him. Not really the fans. It's just like, all right, Dre, it's time to saddle up and do it again. You know, it's like.
Yeah, you never let that. If you allow that the system to move him like that, then that's no bueno. You know what I mean? Like, as long as this shit is supposed to be fun, it's not supposed to be work. You're supposed to love it.
Well, you were around during the 2001 recording process, weren't you?
Yeah.
What was your first thought to Eminem?
You know what? When Dre first let me hear the Eminem record, he let me hear the music first before he showed me a picture of the guy. And then he asked me what my opinion was. And I told him that that dude may be the dopest kid that I had ever heard. You know, he was just incredible. And he still is pretty fucking good. You know, so.
He's pretty fucking good, yes, you're right. Yeah.
You know, so I've always been a him fan. I always will be. So, Dre caught lightning in a bottle with that kid.
Yes, he did. And, and the same could be said for 50 Cent.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, they just had a really good team over there. They just were putting out hits after hits, and they just had a good team going at one time. You know, everything they put out was gold and platinum in a time where Napster was around, and you know, music industry was in the face.
One thing about Dre is he's gonna always surround himself with the best he can find, and so he's gonna always put himself in a position where he could be at the top of the game.
Right. Yeah. Well, in that position, I guess you'd want the best.
Absolutely.
How did you feel about your portrayal in the movie Straight Outta Compton?
You know what? I enjoyed seeing the movie. I thought it was a great movie. And so, it wasn't 1,000% true to form as far as I'm concerned.
Right, yeah.
But the movie wasn't about me. You know what I mean? And so,
right.
I enjoyed the movie, and I'm glad my guys got a chance to experience that. And it was cool to see somebody on the screen acting like it was me. And so it was cool. I didn't look too much into it any deeper than that.
That's cool. Yeah, like you said, somebody else on screen being you is just cool enough, right?
Right. It was pretty cool.
Marlon Yates Jr., I believe is that gentleman's name.
Good dude. Nice guy.
Nice guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Okay. So you got to meet him.
Yeah, we hung out a couple times.
That's yeah. you were working with 6'2" back in the day. He even got on the 2001 album. He got on that explosive track. He was pretty dope. You still working with any cats now? Doc?
I'm trying to find some young guys that I believe in down here in Dallas, Texas, man. But music has changed a lot since my era. So it's just about finding somebody that I believe in and think I'd like to spend some time with.
I know you. Like I said, I know when we started this call, you said you were pressed for time, and I understand that. I saw a thing, National Geographic, one of those channels. It was a Suge Knight thing that they talked to you, and you ended your part by saying you felt you had been written out of history when Suge handed you the 380 and said, it's dangerous out here. I want to let my listeners know, in the UK, to the Netherlands, to Australia, to Sweden, to Pakistan, to right here in the United States, you have not been written out of history, sir. You are historic. You are historic.
I appreciate that very much. Thank you.
Scarface just did an interview giving it up for you. And I love Face. Ghetto Boys was the first thing I ever listened to. 6 years old, I had Mind Playing Tricks on Me, the single.
Wow, that's dope.
I'm 32 years old. I was listening to this. Yes, I was listening to Ghetto Boys at 6 years old.
That was dope as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. When they talk about their best rappers, they bring up D.O.C. Words, Face, all the top lyricists say D.O.C., D.O.C., D.O.C. And
I was pretty good.
You were damn good. You were damn good. And like I say, I know you were pressed for time, Doc. So, is there anything you got coming up you want to promote?
Well, Dre and Jimmy Iovine got a docu-movie coming out June the 11th, I think. And I got a little something to do with that. And I think everybody's really gonna like it because it's a really big deal. It's a really cool deal. Like, I think it's gonna be huge.
Well, I'd say so. When Doc and Dre and Jimmy get together, headphones and shit start coming out. $1 billion shit.
Yeah. I think it's some $1 billion shit for the pop.
You never know when them two guys get together. But I want to extend to you. I'm out of Middle Tennessee, outside of Nashville. I don't know if you've been get this way much. Over to this part of the country, Tennessee. But I want to extend to you the hospitality. If you ever in this area, you are more than welcome, and you have us at your disposal. James Gang will do whatever we can for the D.O.C.
I certainly appreciate that, brother. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. And anybody listening out there in the UK or US or something, you don't understand what this man has done for hip hop. You would not have your Lil Waynes, your Top Dogs. Top Dogs. No, Top Dog. That was that guy. YGs. Kendrick Lamar's. None of these guys would exist without NWA, and NWA wouldn't have existed without D.O.C. D.O.C. was the guy writing the rhymes. A lot of them.
I played my part for sure.
Yes, you played a huge part. And I think still playing a part, because I think, in a way, I don't know this because I don't know Dr. Dre, but he probably looks to you a lot to say, hey, like what you just said about Eminem. What do you think about this kid? He values your opinion.
Oh, yeah, no question.
So, your opinion holds weight. Holds weight with Dre. It holds weight in the game, sir. So.
Well, thank you again, brother. I really appreciate those words. They mean a lot.
Yes, sir. And like I said, That's the James Gang Radio Podcast with D.O.C.